Yeah, Shubham, good evening, Dr. Vijender from Europedia. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Absolutely fine.
So, Shubham, you have a mock interview for your NITI Bombay, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, there's three sections in this NITI. So, me and Virender Saklani sir will be going ahead with your mock interview. And first section is introduction section, fine? As
Yes,
you
sir.
know, the first section is introduction section. So, I want you to basically initiate with that. The second section and third section I'll explain later. Fine?
Okay, sir.
So,
Okay.
are you ready with the mock interview then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then Shubham, we can proceed with the mock interview. First, introduction.
Okay. Can I start?
Yeah, you can start now.
Sir. Good evening, sir. I'm Shubham Rajput. I was born and raised in Kanpur, a city in the state of Uttar Pradesh, which is also known as the Manchester of Eastern Uttar Pradesh. So, talking about my family details, my father is currently in the Uttar Pradesh State Seed Certification Agency, and my mother, apart from taking care of the home, she is also running her own garment business, and I have also one younger sister. So, if I talk about my schooling, I have completed all my schooling from the Kanpur itself. Thereafter, I had completed my undergraduation, that is Bachelor of Technology in Production and Industrial Engineering stream from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad. After that, I had worked with an MNC named Polyplex Corporation Limited, whose main streamline business was into thick and thin polythene manufacturing, biaxially oriented polypropylene films, cast polypropylene films, and blown PPEs. And apart from that, they had also some allied businesses such as resin manufacturing, that is PET granules, cast, casted films, laminated films, and printed films. So if I talk about my work experience and kind of job profile there, so in the initial 2 to 3 months of my job experience, I was working as an executive trainee there, and it was a very rich training, and I was able to understand the end-to-end supply chain and business operations. And after that, I was responsible for handling the line operation, and parallelly, I was indulged in the training that was in the different sections of the plant, especially supply chain management, logistics, and material management, packaging, and utilities, and several other sections. So the training was a kind of the process one, not a functional one, so that I can understand each and every aspect of the plant. After that, they deployed finally me to their Polyplex Europa plant that was in the Turkey itself. And there I was handling the line operation, that is single PET film line, and the value addition manufacturing process. It was metallization process, and this I was handling jointly, and I was solely responsible for the downside operation, that is setting operation. So if I tell about my kind of the job challenge that I faced there, so the initial phase, a kind of the project was introduced to me that was increasing the productivity at the setter machine. So I am as a lead of the 3 team member. As the project introduced to me was a bit new one and a kind of professional project for me. So thereafter that we as a group had gone into some brainstorming sessions, and there I faced the challenge that a kind of the communication lag was there because of the language scenario. But I overcome this after some sessions, and we performed this SMED project in that particular project, and finally completed the project after streamlining the process and reducing the changeover time, and then finally handling the SOP to the upper management. We got praise from all other units such as Thailand and the USA one, and it kind of the achievement to me, and they had also kind of promoted to me and provided me 2 projects further ahead. So I resigned from there after working for some time because I thought that I had a kind of bit of academic orientation. And if I talk about my BTech projects, that in the final year of my BTech project, I was completely absorbed into the supply chain domain project. And the objective of my project was to increase the effectiveness of the milk organization. So the proper designing of the supply chain, and the purpose and the need of the project was very much clear. That first was that to increase the profit margin for the dairy customers. Second one was to reduce the price for the consumers, and thirdly, to increase the profit of the supply chain or the supply chain surplus for the milk processing plant. So initially, we proposed 3 supply chains, and on the economic analysis basis, we selected the third one. And the existing supply chain goes like that. Initially there were dairy farmers, then village level collection hub, that is VLCs, then plant, then distributors, then retailers, then consumers. So we, in the third supply chain, we accommodate the VLCs and the plant and the distributor into one commodity, into one entity, so that plant can become more competent. And after that, we performed AHP analysis and finally the milk run model. So if I talk about my internships, I completed one in the NTPC and second in the GMC ROS depot, that is in the maintenance facility of the railway locomotive wagon wheel. So I like to introduce my hobby here because I think it had helped me in a lot of the ways. So back in the college days, I used to be very skinny. So I thought, why not to start exercising? And I admire exercising from that time only. So I thought, why not to take it to the next level? So I started the preparation for the Internal IIT Bodybuilding and Powerlifting Championship meetups. And I participated in many and won two of them. The first one is the NIT Jaipur and the second was the IIT Bombay. So I think my hobby helped me in a way that it gained my confidence and it kind of boosted my concentrations in my academics and also to know that how to push my limits though. So that was all my introduction. So thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So yes. So I think we can proceed with the second section now.
Yes, sure.
Okay, Shubham. In the second question that you have for Niti, I will give you 3 topics, and you are supposed to speak on 2, right?
Okay.
And you have to take not more than 2.5 minutes for each topic.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the 3 topics for you are: first one is freedom of press.
Okay.
Second one is management cannot be taught.
Okay.
And the third one is Bharat versus India. So you are supposed to let me know the 2 topics.
So first one is the freedom of press and second one is the management can't be taught.
Okay. So okay, Shubham, start with your topic, freedom of press.
So the first one topic is the freedom of press. So I would like to introduce that the press, or we can say is kind of the fourth pillar of our democracy, and it's been meaning a lot to us because a lot of the information that we got from the press only. So explaining in the sense that there are different countries, explaining like that USA is there, China is there, so they have their own kind of the press there, and they have some regulations over there. But in India, I would say the freedom is too much for the press. No one can interrupt the press in providing any information. So that's why in the current scenario also we can see in the COVID-19 situation, fake news also are spreading through the press also, that we have seen the latest case in the Mumbai itself, that a local channel was there, the Maratha channel, and there was a fake news spread, and so a lot of the workers came out, approximately 3,000 were there, and they congregated at a particular place in the Mumbai. So we can see, and after that, that particular TV promoter was held apart, jailed, and so we can see that the freedom should not be of the press should not be violated across a particular limit. And other thing is that talking about the press, we can get a lot of the information. Right now also that we can say through the press channels also, we can get a lot of the information. And initially is that in the evening itself, we can see the Love Agarwal, that he is the Health Ministry General Secretary, that he is also telling a lot of the information about the COVID-19 and how to tackle this in the further scenarios. He is also telling that. So that is through the press only. And in this war-footing condition like this, I think the press are the only means that can help, and apart from the newspaper itself. And so the freedom of the press should be up to a regulated condition, not too much, but violating and spreading the fake rumors and all. So that's it for the first topic.
Okay. So Shubham, now start with your second topic, that is the management cannot be taught.
Okay, sir. So the topic is management can't be taught. I think it's so much true because it depends upon the person what he wants to perceive and the passion regarding this. If a person didn't want to attain that management kind of the thing, that no one can promote him to get that. So we can see that the MBA schools are there, the B schools are there. So that are just to brush up the people, or we can say that just outshine the people, that they should perform better in the industries afterwards. So the management is the inherent property of the people itself, that I think, and the outshine of the people and the gold plating is done by these B schools and all. So management can't be taught. It is up to the people only. And another thing that we have seen, that a lot of the great tycoons are there in India. We talk about Mukesh Ambani, and also the overall the Steve Jobs and several other people also. So they have came across certain conditions, so that some people have dropped out from the top Ivy League colleges also. So we can see that they had not studied that kind of management study, but they are the managers and in a very greater way. So from there we can understood that management can't be taught; it's up to the inherent people. But for that, those people which I talked about, that the Mukesh Ambani and the Steve Jobs and all those great personalities, they have kind of the intuitions in them, and also some having the better family backgrounds also, but they carried their businesses further ahead better. So that was it. So I think management can't be taught. That's it.
Okay, Shum, so I think it's a time for a third part, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have a mechanical engineering background, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so Shubham, I give you three topics. You have to choose any two.
Yes.
First is human resource as most important among all the resources. Human resource as most important among all the other resources. Second is TQM.
TQM. Yes, sir.
TQM, total quality management.
Okay.
And third topic is
Yes.
fluid dynamics versus fluid kinematics.
Fluid dynamics versus fluid kinematics.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So I will speak about second and third topics, the TQM and the fluid dynamics versus fluid kinematics.
Okay. Please sit at the proper place, Shubham. You are not audible.
Okay. So right now my voice is coming.
Yeah.
So can I start, sir?
Yeah.
So the very first topic is the TQM that we understand from that is the total quality management, and it is under the quality management system. In quality management system, we have basically three things. First is the total quality management. Second is the total productive maintenance. And third one is the ISO system. So if I talk about total quality management, I would love to go into the beginning that when the TQM was not introduced into our industries. So initially the profile was like that the people is the concept of the small Q versus capital Q that we can understood from here. So in the initial days, suppose a bolt is there and we have to manufacture it, and it had some control limits apart from the target values. So the customer was generally happy if the product was under the control limits. But nowadays the concept has bit changed because we can see even if the value of the product, the measurement or anything, the quality is slightly varied from its target value, then a customer satisfaction cannot be achieved up to that level that was required. So the attribute is of the customer is different in eye to eye of the customer, different attributes. So there comes the concept of the TQM. So we have to minimize this the level of the I can say the deviation that come in the product, and that can be done with the help of the TQM. And so in reducing this, we understand that what is our actual potential and where we are standing. So after that, we minimize our this kind of the deviation by the help of the TQM. And in TQM, several strategies are employed, such as we can say the plan, do, check and type of the process. That is a kind of the loop process in which we go again and again for the continuous improvement of the product. And another thing is that the quality of the product will definitely be improved with the help of this TQM. And third thing that is we can see it's a methodology or a culture that we can say. So the human resources and the other resources can be better handled and also better utilized. We can say optimization is done with the help of this TQM. So this is the basic reason that behind it that the TQM was introduced in our industry. So that's what.
Okay. So would you like to go for a second?
Yes, sir.
Fluid kinematics versus fluid dynamics, right?
The topic is fluid kinematics versus fluid dynamics. So initially, I would like to go in the fluid kinematics. So kinematics is just that we will understand that what are the effects that are done with the help by the forces that are interacting between the layers of the fluid, and not going beyond the force that is causing. We will understanding simply the properties of the system. So in fluid kinematics, we study the streamline of the fluid, the path line, the steady flow of the fluid, and several properties such as the laminar flow and the turbulent flow. These are basically studied in this. How the full flow is uniform in nature. These are kind of certain properties that are studied in fluid kinematics. If I talk about fluid dynamics, here the cause and the effect, both things are studied. So the cause basically that is causing, that is the fluid or the shear stress that is between the layers of the fluid. And the second thing is the other various properties that are caused due to this force. So in fluid dynamics, we have the Reynolds number principle, the Bernoulli's equation, which was just the reason why we studied because of the fluid dynamics itself. Because in fluid dynamics we study different forces that are behind the force causing to the force is there. So in fluid dynamics, we can see the forces acting such as pressure force is there, gravity force is there, turbulent forces are there, compressibility forces are there. So in this case, we understand different forces and another property such as the Stokes law is there, in which we study the forces and finally calculate the drag forces inside the fluid. So these are some of the forces that we can understand and read in the fluid dynamics. So this is all about fluid dynamics and the fluid kinematics.
Okay, so ready for the feedback now?
Yes, sir.
So let me tell you, आपका pace is more. I mean, speed and the pace of speaking is fast, Shubham. It has got two disadvantages. Number one, the learner may not listen to all the intricate points which you want to tell him. So you need to speak at particular pace where learner listens to what you are speaking. And in your entire script, you have to identify those most important points which you want him to listen. Suppose you talk so many things about you, then he may not listen to the most important part of yours. Like you want to highlight somewhere that why you are motivated to join NITI, that you went there and you learned those things and then you realized NITI is the best place for me. So you need to highlight those things. Tell something very interesting about you also. Maintain some kind of flow pattern. Maintain some kind of pattern in your introduction, that first you will say this and then you will divide this part into this. So the way we write on one page 4 paragraph, we can avoid paragraph. We can write in single para also. But you know why we divide it into 4 paragraph? Because we want that one theme is separated from the other theme. Now your introduction may you have different themes. Like when you are talking about yourself, your family or your school, that is one theme. Then project internship is another theme. Then extracurricular is third theme. Then your personality is fourth theme. So you need to basically take a pause and define theme wise theme. You have to explain it. Second is whenever some new section comes to you, give yourself 15 seconds, if not more, and try to think in your mind what you are going to say. So if you plan in advance what you want to say, then always organized way may it will come out. But suppose you start speaking without any kind of planning, then organization will not be there. So you have 5 minutes for each section. In my opinion, even if first 30 seconds you devote for thinking, you are thinking and you are planning what you have to say, then also in 4 minutes you can do wonders. So it will be very good. I mean, for the last now couple 2-3 days we are listening that in 2 minutes also you can make a very good impact per question. It is not that you require 2.5 minutes only, or you require 5 minutes for introduction. Within 2 minutes also you can make impact. So they will give you credit if you speak very well. I mean, whatever you are speaking, that should be looking like genuine. And another point in your introduction was when you said that, sir, I resigned because I was having academic orientation. You know, you are not joining NITI for academic orientation. Academic orientation is a higher studies module like MS program or PhD program. NITI is a typical, industrial engineering course which prepares you for industries, not academics. So I want you to change here. Why you wanted NITI? Because you were doing job and you were learning a lot of many things in job. But then you realize that to have a career jump, require many other things also, which in present job you may not learn, and for that reputed institute like NITI is required. You need to have role models, you need to have more learning, you need to have peer group, you need to have peer competitiveness, you need to have more case studies, handling more interaction, GDs, so communication skill, which in present job would not have increased at that pace. So to give jump to your career and career enrichment ke liye, you decided to resign from your job, but though you were learning a lot in the job. And also I believe that for pursuing courses like NITI, if somebody comes with the job experience, he always has an edge. So you just highlight these things. Those of you who have job experience, they should highlight this particular part actually. So just think in that direction, Shubham. Am I right?
Okay, sir.
Now, I asked you three questions. Human resource as the most important resource. You know, whenever we talk about the industrial resources, you can think of MMM. Money is one of the resource, material is one of the resource, machine is the resource, and manpower is the resource. You know, manpower is most important resource because it is the dynamic resource. This is the only resource whose value increases with passage of time. Everything else depreciate. I mean, money का value with passage of time कम हो जाएगा. Today I give you 1 lakh rupee. After 2 years its value will not be 1 lakh rupee. Machine की value depreciate हो जाएगी. But manpower की value with passage of time increases. That is the reason you listen. My package this year was 10 lakh. Next year will be 11 lakh. Why? Because your value is increasing. Why? Because you are acquiring new skills. So in any industry, the most important resource is human resource because it is the resource which is the most dynamic. That means it can improve itself and it can create other resources also. You have seen that people without any money have created empires. All these big entrepreneurs which you can name today, Ambani's or for that matter Bill Gates and everybody, they were people with no money in their pocket, but because they were having human resource. So any big industry is known by the human resource it carries, not by the machines it carries. So that is how you are to say it. Then total quality management. You will say, sir, total quality management means the word total means entire organization and the people connected with the organization, maybe vendors and suppliers also. So you will say when entire organization becomes pro customer, I mean the orientation or attitude and the culture in the organization becomes pro customer, that we have to serve the customer, then that is called total quality management. So if we talk about how it all evolved, you will say, sir, in the beginning it came quality control, then it became quality assurance, then it became quality management, then it became total quality management, then now it is quality management system. You started from quality management system, but I want you to start from lower side. Then you say total quality management simply means that entire organization including workers, management, top management should be committed to provide the service to the customers. And we have full dedicated video on total quality management on your PD education. You can watch that also. Then from your engineering, fluid kinematics and fluid dynamics. Sir, fluid kinematics and dynamics are part of mechanics. Dynamics is that part which is input and kinematics normally is output. So whenever there is a fluid, if it is flowing, there are two questions we can ask. Why it is flowing and how it is flowing. Why it is flowing is input part, that is the dynamics part. How it is flowing is the output part, that is basically kinematics part. What do we study in kinematics? We study the velocity, momentum, discharge, all these things we study in kinematics. What do we study in the dynamics? We study about the forces, energy, power in the dynamics. What are the most important equations in the fluid kinematics? Answer is continuity equation, Euler equation. What are the most important equations in the fluid dynamics? Answer is the Bernoulli equation, which talks about the energy. So hence this is how these are related. So Shubham, it is not that how long you are speaking. What is most important is what you are speaking. Is it putting some kind of dent in the mind of listener when he's listening? This audio clip will go to you and then you compare when you were speaking, when I was speaking, what was the difference? And also you note one thing, I have not spoken anything which you were not knowing in advance. You were knowing that. In fact, you were knowing more than me. But it is not what you know. What is most important is whatever you know, how you are serving it, how you are basically speaking it to the listener. That is something which is very, very important. So speak less, but speak in such a way, impressive way that it should enter into his mind. Take the help of examples, make it simple, keep the pace slow, and then speak it out. Is this clear, Shubham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think Saklani sir will give feedback now.
Okay, Shubham. Okay, so you had chosen the freedom of press, and then second topic was management cannot be taught.
Yes.
So in the first topic, roughly you spoke for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and the second topic, roughly 2 minutes, you spoke on that. Right.
Yes.
But I think in the first topic you were not more than 1.5 minutes, I think. Okay. So the topic was freedom of press. Right. So I think you were not able to relate many things about the press. ठीक है. आपने जो है कहा कि वो फोर्थ पिलर डायरेक्टली यू केम डायरेक्टली ऑन द टॉपिक कि एक तो फोर्थ पिलर है वो इसका डेमोक्रेसी का, केवल इन्फॉर्म करना ही पर्पज नहीं था। फिर आपने एक चीज और मेंशन की, यूएस चाइना हैव लिमिटेड समथिंग फ्रीडम ऑफ प्रेस। चाइना केस में फिर भी आप बोल सकते हो थोड़ा बहुत, बट यूएस के केस में नहीं बोल सकते आप। तो ठीक है, इन यूएसए यू दैट इज प्रेस एंजॉयज ऑलमोस्ट द सेम फ्रीडम एज यू एंजॉय इन इंडिया, डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज है ना, ठीक है। और कोविड-19 के केस में आपने कुछ एक एग्जांपल दिया, और उसमें आपने तो इवन एक चैनल तक का नाम बताया, उसमें बीच में आप बताते हो कि ये इस तरह फेक न्यूज थी, आप बता सकते हो, बट चैनल का नाम किसी का बताने की जरूरत नहीं है उसमें, एंड समथिंग दैट वे, ठीक है। तो इसमें पहले तो आप ये शुरू हो जाते कि फ्रीडम ऑफ प्रेस जो इंडिया के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ही ज्यादा अगर बात कर लेते, तो आप ये बोल देते कि जैसे आप शुरू हो जाते कि लेट मी जस्ट रिफ्रेम इट, कि कैसे मैं अगर इसको एक फ्लो में बोलना चाहें कि प्रेस हैज प्लेड ए वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट रोल फ्रॉम द टाइम ऑफ फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल इन इंडिया, राइट। तो उसके बाद भी जब हमारी जो है वो क्या हुआ, इंडिपेंडेंस हुई, तो इंडिया चोज फॉर द डेमोक्रेसी, और जो प्रेस था दैट वाज गिवन द स्टेटस ऑफ ए फोर्थ पिलर, ठीक है। तो मतलब इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि हम जो है मतलब इतनी इंपॉर्टेंस दी गई है कि वी आर स्टिल रिगार्ड इट एज ए फ्री प्रेस, मतलब का स्टेटस है इंडिया में। अगर प्रेस को अगर सिग्निफिकेंट रोल प्ले करना है किसी भी कंट्री में, देन यू विल से दैट डेफिनेटली यू हैव टू अलाउड टू ऑपरेट फ्रीली, ठीक है। सो जब प्रेस आपकी फ्रीली ऑपरेट करेगी तो ऑब्वियसली इट विल हाईलाइट द शॉर्टकमिंग्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, पब्लिक के ओपिनियंस को जो है हाईलाइट करने का काम करेगी। सो दैट वे फोर्थ पिलर का जो काम हम बोलते हैं कि फोर्थ पिलर है, तो क्या होगा, एक जो चीजें अगर फॉर एग्जांपल इफ गवर्नमेंट इग्नोर कर देती है या कोई कहीं जगह इग्नोर हो जाती है, दैट विल बी हाईलाइटेड बाय द क्या कहते हैं, बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रेस, राइट। सो टिल नाउ क्या अभी तक जो सिचुएशन है, ओवरऑल बोल सकते हैं, टर्म यूज किया जा सकता है कि ओवरऑल इन इंडिया प्रेस हैज एंजॉयड फ्रीडम, ठीक है। पर देयर हैज बीन ओवरऑल, अगर हम बात करें आज की डेट में हमारे पास ऐसे मतलब बहुत सारे वो नहीं है, सिचुएशन नहीं है जहां पर प्रेस ने फ्रीडम नहीं एंजॉय की है। बट कुछ एक एग्जांपल अगर आपके दिमाग में आते हैं कि देयर हैज बीन सम सिचुएशंस व्हेन प्रेस फ्रीडम वाज रिस्ट्रिक्टेड, फॉर एग्जांपल इन केस ऑफ ड्यूरिंग इमरजेंसी अगर थोड़ा सा आइडिया, तो उस वक्त जो प्रेस की फ्रीडम को थोड़ा रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया गया था, ठीक है। तो एक आपने एक बताया कि हाँ ओवरऑल जो इंडिया में आपकी प्रेस की फ्रीडम है, फायदे हैं, क्या फायदे हैं, फोर्थ पिलर है, पर उससे एसोसिएटेड फायदे क्या हैं, आपको नाम देने का मतलब क्या हुआ, वो थोड़ा इलेबोरेट कर दिया। और इंडिया में एंजॉय की है, फ्रीडम एंजॉय करते हैं, ठीक है। सिचुएशन ऐसी भी हुई है जब प्रेस ने फ्रीडम नहीं एंजॉय की है, बट ये जो फ्रीडम है प्रेस की, ये एब्सोल्यूट नहीं है, राइट। दैट मीन्स इट कम्स विद सम काइंड ऑफ सम सॉर्ट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, ड्यूटीज के साथ आती हैं, राइट। सो फॉर एग्जांपल देयर हैज बीन, अब यहाँ पर बता सकते हो आप कि कुछ एक जैसे न्यूज चैनल हो गए या कुछ एक प्रेस का कुछ सेक्शन है, कई बार जो है उसको जो है एक अलग लाइमलाइट में कुछ अलग डायरेक्शन में चीजों को शो करता है। सो आई थिंक देयर वी नीड टू हैव ए कोर्स करेक्शन, पर द फ्रीडम ऑफ प्रेस इज द नेसेसिटी आज की डेट में, एंड जहां जहां करेक्शन की जरूरत थी दैट करेक्शन शुड बी मेड, ठीक है। तो ऐसे कुछ आपने इसको बनाना था। तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पॉइंट्स ही बोलना है, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पॉइंट्स बोलोगे तो आपके पास बोलने के लिए कुछ नहीं रहेगा, ठीक है। तो एक तो आप इसको इस तरीके से बोल सकते थे। सेकंड जो था आपका, दैट वाज ऑन मैनेजमेंट कैन नॉट बी टॉट। अब मैनेजमेंट कैन नॉट बी टॉट में भी आप क्या हुए, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड आगे, इट इज ट्रू दैट मैनेजमेंट कैन नॉट बी टॉट, आपने ऐसे कहा। और फिर आप एक इंडिविजुअल पे लेके कि अगर कोई सीखना नहीं चाहता तो उसको हम सिखा नहीं सकते, समथिंग दैट वे। और फिर आपने ये भी जस्टिफाई कर दिया कि इनहेरेंट है, ये प्रॉपर्टी है किसी पर्टिकुलर पर्सन की मैनेजमेंट के लिए। देखो मुझे लग रहा है आपने एक तो टॉपिक को कुछ गलत इंटरप्रेट किया या बिजनेस के पर्सपेक्टिव में आपने इसको ट्रीट किया। अदरवाइज अगर मैनेजमेंट टीच नहीं की जा सकती मान लिया, तो व्हाई यू आर गोइंग फॉर नीति। और लोग जो है वो एमबीए करने या उसके लिए क्यों जाते हैं, इतने सारे कोर्सेज खोले हैं, वो होते ही नहीं, वो सारे तो मैनेजमेंट सीखने के लिए ही ना, ठीक है। तो आप तो शुरू में ही वो पॉइंट नेगेट कर रहे हो, राइट। तो आपने ये बोलना नहीं है ऐसे। तो पहले आप क्या करते, मैनेजमेंट एक्सप्लेन कर देते, फिर थोड़ा सा बोल देते कि मैनेजमेंट, ये जो इनहेरेंट आप बोलते हो ना, इनहेरेंट है लोगों की, ये भी आप बोल सकते हो, बट बड़े ही मतलब एक ऐसे नहीं बोलना डायरेक्टली। फॉर एग्जांपल आप ऐसे बोलते कि पहले ये बताते कि मैनेजमेंट क्या है, मैनेजमेंट मींस मैनेजिंग द थिंग्स इन ऑफ ए पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी और सो दैट रिसोर्सेज कैन बी प्रॉपर्ली यूटिलाइज, राइट। ये जनरल स्टेटमेंट होगी थोड़ा सा मैनेजमेंट के बारे में जो भी आपको पता है, राइट। एंड देयर आर मेनी, फिर आप ये बोलते देयर आर मेनी एक्टिविटीज, डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज एंड अदरवाइज ऑल्सो। अदरवाइज का अगर यूज कर दो इसका मतलब बहुत सारी और एक्टिविटीज हो सकती हैं in which specific knowledge of management is not required, right? एक जनरल कॉमन सेंस से भी उन चीजों को मैनेज किया जा सकता है। अब इसमें ये जो आप बोल रहे हो इनहेरेंट प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द पीपल है, ये इसमें इसके अंदर ही इंक्लूड होगी कि कोई बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो कि जिसमें स्पेसिफिक मैनेजमेंट की नॉलेज की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है आपको, पर फिर भी आप जो है उसको क्या करते हो, बहुत सारे लोग जो है उनको बहुत इफेक्टिवली मैनेज करते हैं, राइट। फिर आप आ जाते हो आज के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, फिर आप बोलते हैं कि आज की डेट में इन द अगर करंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात करें कि ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम जो है वो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, क्योंकि आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पर्सपेक्टिव में ज्यादा बात करोगे कि द जो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैव इंक्रीज, ठीक है, और बहुत सारे रोल डेवलप हो गए हैं, एंड उन रोल्स को क्योंकि ये रोल्स बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स हो गए हैं, इसलिए डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज जो कॉम्प्लेक्स एक्टिविटीज उनको हैंडल करने के लिए हमें चीजों को मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। तो वो हमारी वो जो चीजों को मैनेज करना है, कॉमन सेंस तो रिक्वायर्ड है ही, बट दैट कॉमन सेंस इन इटसेल्फ इज नॉट सफिशिएंट। वो तो चाहिए किसी भी एक्टिविटी के लिए, बट ये जो कॉम्प्लेक्स सेट ऑफ थिंग्स जो इमर्ज हो गई हैं उसमें हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, उस डोमेन में कुछ ट्रेनिंग या कुछ जो है नॉलेज होना रिक्वायर्ड है, ठीक है। तो आप बोल सकते हैं इन सच केसेस इट बिकम्स इंपॉर्टेंट दैट पीपल आर एक्सपोज टू सच सोफिस्टिकेटेड या न्यू सिचुएशंस और दे आर मेड टू लर्न कि कैसे उन चीजों को मैनेज करना है इन द न्यू सेट ऑफ सिचुएशन, ठीक है। उसके बाद फिर आप बोल सकते हैं वंस यू आर एक्सपोज टू बेसिक लर्निंग आपकी हो गई है, व्हेन यू गो इनटू द प्रैक्टिकल लाइक व्हेन यू विल स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट वर्क then over a period of time through experience you also learn about the different managing techniques and all that, ठीक है। तो इस तरीके से आपने बढ़ाना था, उसको नेगेट नहीं करना था। आप ऐसे देखो ना, अगर मैं आपसे अभी पूछूं आपसे कि मैनेजमेंट टॉट की जा सकती है कि नहीं की जा सकती, तो आप अभी ये नहीं बोल सकते कि नहीं की जा सकती।
जी सर।
भाई थोड़ी बहुत तो मैनेजमेंट स्किल हर एक में ही होती है, आप में भी है, मुझ में भी है, मेरी मदर में भी, आपकी मदर में भी, सब में है, मैनेज तो कर ही रहे हैं। बट आप जिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बोलोगे वहां पर मैनेजमेंट की सोफिस्टिकेटेड नॉलेज रिक्वायर्ड है आपको स्पेसिफिक डोमेन में। जैसे आपका तो इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस है, राइट, इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस है ना आपको?
हाँ
किस में थे आप
सर? पॉलीप्लस कॉर्पोरेशन एमएनसी।
सॉरी,
माइन ऑपरेशन सर, ऑपरेशन
माइन ऑपरेशन, सॉरी
सर, पॉलीथीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग।
हाँ, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेटअप में थे आप ना। तो मान लिया अगर आप वो कॉमन सेंस से थोड़ी चल रही है सारी चीजें, इवन माइनिंग ऑपरेशन है, जो भी आप जिस इंडस्ट्रियल सेटअप में रहे हो वहां भी आपको चीजों को मैनेज करने के लिए हो सकता है वो जहां पर आप हो सकता है सोफिस्टिकेटेड ना हो उतनी, ठीक है, बट बहुत सारी जैसे सिचुएशंस ऐसी होंगी जहां पर आपको सोफिस्टिकेटेड नॉलेज चाहिए उस चीज को मैनेज करने के लिए। अच्छा, दूसरा है अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर स्पेसिफिक डोमेन है, आपका टेक्निकल डोमेन है, उस टेक्निकल फील्ड में चीजों को मैनेज करना है, तो वो क्या आप कॉमन सेंस से मैनेज कर सकते हो? नहीं। तो या तो आपको मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स हो कुछ एक, या उसमें उसी फील्ड से रिलेटेड कुछ एक्सपीरियंस हो, तभी जाके उसको हैंडल कर सकते हो, ठीक है। तो लाइन ऑफ थिंकिंग ऐसे पकड़नी है जिसमें आप चीजों को डायरेक्टली ऑन द फेस ऑफ इट नेगेट नहीं करना। तो ये मेरे ख्याल सभी हम खासकर जो टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड से जो बच्चे आते हैं उनके साथ ये दिक्कत रहती है कि हम स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड रहते हैं। इसमें थोड़ा सा आपका क्या है कि आपको वो एक चीज चेक करना चाहता कि आप उस टॉपिक के ऊपर होलिस्टिक वे में कैसे बोल सकते हो, बोल पाते हो कॉन्फिडेंटली कि नहीं, ठीक है। अगर थोड़ा बहुत भी आप गलत चले भी जाते हो पर कॉन्फिडेंस मेंटेन रखते हो और प्रॉपर डायरेक्शन में उसको चैनलाइज करते हो, तो भी आपका पॉइंट जो दैट विल कैरी फॉरवर्ड, ठीक है। तो शुभम ऐसे करना है, तो पहले उसको देख लेना टॉपिक को और थोड़ा सा इसको होलिस्टिक बनाने की कोशिश करना है, मतलब एक ही पर्टिकुलर डोमेन में नहीं जाना है। और वो पॉइंट मैं समझ नहीं पाया, आप मुकेश अंबानी का एग्जांपल तो दे रहे थे कुछ, ठीक है, कि वो फिर उसमें ज्यादा समझ नहीं आया मुझे, नॉट मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज नहीं की है एंड देयरफॉर फिर भी मैनेज, ठीक है। सो वो बिजनेस स्किल आ गई आपकी, तो उसको थोड़ा डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा आपको, मैनेजमेंट और बिजनेस स्किल से थोड़ा डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा। तो मुझे लग रहा है आपने जो इस टॉपिक को लिया उसको बिजनेस सेंस में लिया। तो मुकेश अंबानी का जो एग्जांपल दिया, मुझे लग रहा है वहां मुझे ये लगा कि आप इस टॉपिक को कुछ और समझ बैठे हो, आपने समझा इसको कि ये बिजनेस वो बिजनेस जो क्या कहते हैं एक्यूमेन है, वो सिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो इनहेरेंट है। आप वैसे ले गए उसको, ठीक है। तो और कोई पॉइंट शुभम, डू यू हैव एनी क्वेरी?
सर इनिशियल सर 15-20 सेकंड जैसे पॉज करेंगे तो
लो यार, ये जरूरी है शुरू में इसको स्ट्रक्चर करने के लिए लो, अदरवाइज वो थॉट प्रोसेस प्रॉपर चैनलाइज नहीं होती।
वही सर, ठीक
है, थोड़ा सा टाइम दे लो उसमें, फिर उसका स्ट्रक्चर तैयार कर लो कि मैंने क्या क्या पॉइंट्स बोलने हैं। तो 3-4 पॉइंट्स उसमें दिमाग में इमेजिन कर सकते हो आप कि इन एरियाज मैंने बोलना है, ठीक है। अभी कई बार दिक्कत ये भी होती है कि क्योंकि आपने बोलना शुरू कर दिया और शुरू में ही स्टेटमेंट ऐसी बोल दी कि उसको जस्टिफाई कर दिया कि हाँ जरूरत नहीं है सीखने की, तो फिर दिक्कत हो जाती है आगे उसको फिर आप पीछे जा नहीं सकते,
हाँ सर।
तो उसी को फिर जस्टिफाई करने लगे रहोगे। तो इसलिए अगर टाइम ले लोगे तो उससे ये सिचुएशन डेवलप ही नहीं होगी।
ओके सर।
ओके शुभम?
यस सर।
ओके शुभम, देन
ओके शुभम, थैंक्स अ लॉट। ये आपको ऑडियो क्लिप मैम भेज देंगे, जस्ट लिसन टू दिस केयरफुली एंड एंटायर द फीडबैक आल्सो।
ओके सर।
ओके, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।